Hello, my name is Barbara. Welcome to Stitching and Tea with B. Hello, Flosstube. Happy New Year, everybody. I hope everyone is doing well. Okay, I'm doing good. Yes, I am in Southern California, and thankfully I am far away from the fires. However, I do have family and friends who are being impacted by that. So we'll want to keep them in our prayers. Such devastation. It's amazing. It is absolutely amazing. I have seen only footage. I haven't gone to the areas. Some of my cousins have, and they are sharing video from their perspective. We have had a family member lose their home, but things can be replaced, and we have memories of that, and the family's members are safe. So that's what's most important. Right, so we are 2025, y'all. No turning back now. All right, so let's get into what I'm going to share with you today. I have no whips for December. What I do have is some starts and some finishes. So yay me on that one. As well as I have a fun tea today that I'm going to talk to you guys about. And it has a little theme to it. I don't do that often, but when the stars align and everything kind of meshes together, I'm really excited about what I'm going to be sharing with you in our tea segment. Also got a giveaway because we did reach over 3,000 subscribers, actually in the month of November. So December was busy and I didn't want to rattle you too much with too many things, but we're going to go ahead and get that giveaway underway this time in this episode. So this is episode 10? Episode 10? Yes, episode 10. Wow. Now, I remember back at episode 1, I was saying, if I choose to do this again, and now here I am at episode 10. It's been fun. It is a lot of work. I have newfound respect, I tell you, for these content creators, because when I'm sitting in my stitchy spot, I got my tea, my feet up, and I'm just enjoying Flosstube and stitching away, I don't consider what's going on behind the scenes. And now that I'm doing this, you guys are amazing. You are really amazing. And those of you who film weekly, oh my goodness, I just can't even imagine. So anyway, moving on, you know what? I need to thank some folks, right? I want to thank you all for visiting me, spending time with me, leaving me such lovely comments. I get some wonderful comments from you all, and liking and subscribing and sharing my videos. I think that is a wonderful way to grow community. I do have a couple of special thank yous to some ladies, Flosstubers, who shouted me out personally on their Flosstube channels. One of those is Gammy Stitcher. So thank you so much, Gammy Stitcher, for shouting me out on your Flosstube channel. And the other one is Elizabeth's World. Go check out Elizabeth's World, y'all. And thank you so much, Elizabeth, for shouting me out. I will link them in the description box below. And while we're on that, I want to tell you who I've been watching. December was busy, as I'm sure it was for all of you, so I didn't get a lot of Flosstube time in, but I did watch a few, and here we go. I watched Stitching Gem. She's such a delight. Beautiful smile, too, just as cute as she can be. And she stitches a lot of samplers. Now, I'm not a sampler girly, but I do appreciate when the stitchers are stitching them, and she does really good work. You know what else, too, about her that I really enjoy? She has such beautiful fabric choices. Oh, my goodness. I looked at her fabric. Just beautiful choices, beautiful selections, and she's really good at coordinating the fabric and the floss. I aspire to be good like that one day. Good for you, Jim. So that's Stitching Jim. I also watched the 614 Stitcher. Now that's Candy. And, Candy, I think Candy and I will get on. I really do. And you know what? She's stitching a Haid, and it's Prince. Now, if you know me, you know me. And Prince is my dude. So I had never had a desire to stitch a Haid. I think they are beautiful and lovely, full coverage. I think that's great. But I never had a desire to stitch one until I saw Candy's work on, I think it's called Purple Rain. I might have to check that out. My little sister and her husband went to Paisley Park. That's Prince's place. Well, I hope these peas aren't popping off in my mic. Anyway, you see what I do? Anyhow, and she bought me a lot of souvenirs, one of which is a pen. It's a nice size pen. And I'm thinking about making it into a needle minder. And you know what that means? If it's a needle minder, listen to them, all in my business. Anyway, if it's a needle minder, that means it needs a stitch, right? So I might have to look into that. So that's Candy. She's the 614 Stitcher. I've also been watching Fibers and Floss Canada. Now, her name is Erica, and she has a friend, Samantha, who is the Huga Stitcher. I watch both of them pretty regularly. But Erica just finished up for the month of December. She did an Advent. You know what, guys? The trash man is on the street. I'm going to pause right here, and I'll be back when he's finished. Okay, I'm back. He's finished his run. So I was talking about Erica with Fibers and Floss Canada. She did an Advent for the month of December. She also created a chart. She designed a chart that was for free for the month of December. I don't know if it's still free now, but you could go check it out. She'll be linked in the description box below. Now, these other ladies that I watched, they are not cross stitchers. They knit. And you will excuse me when I say their name. Now, I'm no prude, but I don't want... Anyway, you'll see what I'm talking about here in a minute. So these are two friends, old friends, and, friends for a long time. I don't like saying old friends, but they've been friends for a long time. They knit beautiful items. So on their channel, they talk about knitting, and they have cocktails. And so... and they're really funny. So if you just want something other than cross-stitching in your background, I would suggest you go take a look at Two Sisters Knitting Talking Shit. That's the name of their channel. Okay, and we're done with that. But it's a really good channel. I really enjoy it. I enjoy those ladies. I think they're really funny, and I like to have them on when I'm stitching sometimes because maybe I don't want to watch Flosstube. So anyway, that's what I've been watching for the month of December. Okay, let's get into my planner. So that's it for this planner, huh? I've got a new one. I showed it to you in last month, and I'm getting used to it. It's always takes a little get used to a new planner, how to design it, how you want to set it up. But anyway, this is my December months. So you'll see, I do have some whips listed here, but you'll see in a minute why they're no longer whips. That's a little clue, because they're finishes. Any hoot. Okay, what else? Oh, so this is the month of January, and January is the birth month of Charles Ludwig Dodgson, who was born on January 27th, 1832. You may know that man as Lewis Carroll. His birthday is this month, and Lewis Carroll wrote the Alice in Wonderland books. So several months ago, I shared with you that we are a reading family, and my dad used to read to me all the time. And I told you that we shared the love of The Wizard of Oz. But another one of my favorite tales was Alice in Wonderland. Now, he read the chapter book to me, but my introduction to Alice in Wonderland was this book here. So this is not my original one. I packed up all of my original books prior to getting married, and one of my favorite boxes didn't quite make the cut, and so all of my childhood books that I love so well were in that box, and I was devastated by that, but I knew that eventually I would get back to them. And, my daughter said, "Mom, why don't you look for that book on Etsy?" And I did, and it was there. This is a copy of the book that my dad used to read to me when I was a little girl. And I don't know about you, and this is weird, but it just smells like, it reminds me of being a little girl, a young girl. I wasn't a baby. But yeah, Dad used to read me this book all the time. And it's a flip book. And my other favorite was on the other side, Peter Pan. Now, we'll get into that another month. But for now, we're celebrating Lewis Carroll. Okay? So with that, I'm going to stitch. And the reason I'm telling you that now, rather than waiting until next month, is because it's relative now. In celebration of Lewis Carroll's birthday, I'm going to start this stitch. I've had this in queue for a while, and now I can bring it out. This is She Mad Hatter Dreams from Barbara Anna. Look at this. So I'm going to start this one on his birthday. I have it kitted up, and I do have all the threads. I have a fabric for it. I've changed the fabric at least 3 times. And I'm not sure of the fabric that I have now that it's going to make the final cut. I don't know. I really wanted blue. I didn't like the gray. I just thought that was kind of a downer. But when I put the blue with it, then I lost the Cheshire Cat's tail. And I can't be doing that. That's too important. So then I put it with a white, and I don't really like stitching on white, so I threw that out. And I said, well, how about a cream? But then when you do like an ivory, you lose some of the detail. And I did not want to do that. So I'm still in the thought process of what color fabric to use on this. Hey, if you have any ideas or suggestions, I'll take those. I will be going to a cross-stitch fabric store here in very short time, and I can pick up something for that. I absolutely love that. So, She Mad Hatter Dreams. So cute. It says at the bottom, it says, we are all mad here. Yeah, I think we all have some sort of degrees of Anyway, I'm going to move on from that. What else can I talk to you about in this? Well, you know what? I did have some Stitchy Kindness. I want to do that now rather than later. And so let's do that. I wish I had brought my board. I didn't. So we're going to wing it. These are things that a couple of these I've had for a while, but I did want to show them to you. One was a card from my friend Jean. You see that? It's cross-stitched. And Jean doesn't have a YouTube channel yet. But she does have an Instagram account. I'm going to link that below. She does fantastic work. Not only is she a stellar card maker, but her stitching is beautiful. And you need to see what she's working on right now because she's doing something with hands-on designs. It's phenomenal. All right. So there's a little card from Jean. This is all cross-stitched here, y'all. Isn't that nice? And then she also made me these little ornaments. Now I keep these in my studio. There's a teapot. We're not surprised by that. And then a teacup. Isn't that so cute? Now these are the Lori Holt stitch cards. We all know those. And you know what? I'm so glad she did this for me because I was going to do them for myself. And now I don't have to. So thank you, Jean. Again, Jean's information for Instagram will be listed in the description box below. My dear sweet friend Patty, she thought of me and she made and sent me this card here. Look at that. It says, so, how have you been? Now, I hope the camera is picking this up because the background paper has been stamped die cut with something to make it look like Aida cloth. Isn't that beautiful? So she's got a hoop there, and then of course scissors and thread and needle. That's so, so pretty. Thank you so much, Patty, for thinking of me. And she left me a lovely note. She put a lovely note in there. And so the supplies to make this particular card, she bought just so that she could make this card for me. And my cards will go in here. You know, as a matter of fact, I have another card I want to show you. It's a Christmas card though, but it's so cute. So I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I could not go without talking about these. This one here is from my friend Patty. Look at how cute that is. Is that, come on. There we go. Patty does phenomenal work. I love the retro colors in this. These are very nostalgic colors for me. My godmother would decorate the house in these colors, and so did my grandmother at Christmas time. So when I see that, you know, it just kind of warms my heart, makes me feel really good. Come on, focus in. There we go. And then my friend Adrienne, and you know, I was teasing because I'm a teaser. I teased Adrienne. She posted a card and on her social media, and I said to her teasingly, I said, "Oh, will you have my address? Like, you know, go ahead and send me one." You know what she did? She sent me one. And so she made this, and you know I love him. Look at the embossing there. He's raised up off the surface there. She did a fantastic job with this. This is a gorgeous, gorgeous card. And I keep my cards in my bookshelf here. I just kind of move them around. But yeah, they live over there for several months. Usually until something else comes along. Now, Adrienne is also on Instagram and social media. Patty doesn't do social media anymore. And that makes me sad, Patty. It makes me sad because your work is gorgeous. Okay, so we've gotten all of that out of the way. Well, let's talk about the giveaway. Okay, short and sweet. I thank you so much for having over 3,000 subscribers. Wow, in record time for me. I never thought that. I never thought that would come about so quickly, but it did. And I'm very, very thankful for that. And to show my gratitude to each and every one of you, we're going to do a giveaway. I was going to do it a different way, but I think this is going to work out for me the best right now, not knowing what kind of situation I'm going to be dealing with in the coming months. So the giveaway is going to be, I'm going to do two, and you can go for either one. The first one, and you can just put in the numeric, the number, okay? We'll do number one will be a gift card for an online cross-stitch retailer of your choice, okay? Because I want you to get something that you want, something that maybe is on your wish list, something that you like. And then number two will be a $25 gift card for an online tea retailer that you like or that maybe you would like to try. And, you know, it could be one of the tea companies that I've shared with you, or it could be one that you would like to try. I want to make sure that you get something that you want. So that being said, I think this can be open to anyone because it is just gift cards, right? And that's what I wanted to do. I wanted, because all of you have come together to make the 3,000 subscribers, I wanted to make sure that everyone had an opportunity to throw their name in the hat, as it were. So for the giveaway, you must be, nope, you don't even have to be 18, right? Because I'm not going to ask for your address. It's open to everyone. Yay! So yes, and I'm going to close the giveaway in February, right? So we're at the end of, we're mid-July, July. You guys, it is January. I am rushing things. Anyway, I had a lot on my mind. I really do. We're in mid-January. So let's just go you know what? When it's closed, you'll see I will type on the thing that the giveaway is closed. How about that? To give you some time. So in order to be eligible for the giveaway, I would love it if you would be a subscriber to the channel. And please check that, because again, I have people telling me, I didn't know you put a video out. I'm late, or I missed this. No. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel and hit the notification bell so you know when I upload a video, and also like this video. And of course, you're going to have to leave me a comment, because I need to know which one you want. Okay, so leave a comment. Number 1 is for $25 cross stitch store gift card. Number 2 is going to be $25 tea store gift card, and all of this will be online. Okay, and these are your choice. I'm going to you tell me which one you want, and then I'll take it from there. And just put in the numeral now, number 1 or number 2, or you both. You can do both. That's fine with me. And then I'll take it from there. Okay, so that being said, all tied up nicely with a bow. You know what that means? It's tea time. I'll be right back. Okay, I am back and I have tea. Earlier, I talked about it being January, and we are celebrating the birthday of Lewis Carroll. It's my book my dad used to read to me as a child. And today's tea is Wonderland Tea. Look at that. You guys know I am just giddy over that packaging. Look at that. This is Wonderland Tea. It's the Topsy Turvy blend. It comes from Disneyland. My daughter and her boyfriend picked this up for me on one of their trips to Disney. Look at that. Oh, you know I'm loving it. And then we have the Queen of Hearts off with their heads. See, I love her. Oh, she's so foul, but it's funny. Anyway, so you know I love all of the little vignettes that they have on here. So cute. But this tea is a black tea. It says right here on the packaging that it is a luxury black tea. This is an Earl Grey blend, and Earl Grey is my favorite tea. I think I said that once before. And this is a very strong and robust Earl. I can usually steep my Earl Greys for 5 minutes. I give this one 3 minutes and I'm yanking that bag out of there because it is really strong. The tea leaves in this are phenomenal. Let me show you something. It does come in one of the sachets that we had talked about before, that I said we have to be careful of. So you'll see that it's empty because I didn't contact Disney to find out if they used the microplastics in this one. So I split it open and just poured it into a tea infuser and made the tea that way. Listen, I'm not going to miss out on tea just because it comes in this. I would just, like I said, split it open. You see, it just splits very easily. Just rip it right open, and it comes, and just pour it into either a tea bag or an infuser, and off you go. But this is very cute. Wonderland Tea. Again, this is a very strong and robust black tea, an Earl Grey tea. This one had, let me just open it. Now, it's going to crinkle because it's in a foil-like wrapper. Let me just turn away over here. I should have had one of these out. I really don't like my tea in the air. But anyway, this is how it looks. And I really do hope that didn't crinkle too much. Ooh, that smells wonderful. These are really nice. And in here, they've got orange peel. You've got orange peel in here. And on the ingredient list, it says that there are different flower petals in here. There's calendula and what else? Sunflower petals and safflower petals. It's a very tasty Earl Grey. Now, I've been drinking Earl Grey since, I don't know, since I was 7 or 8. Little girl, because that grew to be my favorite very early on. This, honestly, has to be one of the best Earl Greys I've ever put in my mouth. I've gone to tea rooms where I was served a beautiful banquet of tea. But this particular Earl Grey is so good. It's so aromatic. It's so flavorful. And you know, you can use this to steam salmon. So you would brew tea and then, we can go on and on and on about the uses of tea. So I have this one in my bone china mug. It's from Royal Albert and it says, what? We're all mad here. Don't play with me. I'm going to take a sip. Cheers. Smooth, but strong. Just like I like my men. Strike that. I didn't say that. My mother and I really miss her. We would say little things like that. So, hey, Mama. But anyway, this is Wonderland Tea from Disneyland. Now, you know what? I didn't look to see if this is on a website or anything because, like I said, I'm not really, you try it or you don't. I'm just showing you what I'm drinking on today and have been enjoying this month in celebration of Lewis Carroll. So I'm just about out. It came with tea. It came with 10 tea bags, and I think I'm down to my last 2. So you know what that means? Hey, Victoria, it's time to get Mommy some more tea. You think? Oh, it smells so good. Now, we know that Earl Grey, a classic Earl Grey, is going to have oil of bergamot, MOT, and citrus, and some cornflowers and whatnot. And so this one stands right up there with the best of them. I think it is delicious. It's really, really yummy. It feels good going down. And I turn it this way so you can see it, but this is what's most comfortable for me to hold. See, they're going down my street. I get so distracted, y'all. Anyway, I am going to sign off from here. And I'm going to sit down and enjoy my tea. My other daughter bought me some maple leaf cookies. They're shaped like the maple leaf, and they've got this maple cream inside. We also have some lemon squares downstairs. I'm in for a treat. This is really good. Now, this is one that I can really only tolerate 1 cup of. It's just that strong. And I've brewed it in a week brew. The steeping time was, I think, 3 to 5 minutes. I would never go 5 on this. I'd be on the floor wiggling around because, caffeine affects me. But this. All right, y'all. Thank you so much for sharing tea with me today. All right. And I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back with my stitching for December. Let me show you what I worked on. So I worked on Mery Beard Season from Lindy Stitches, and I finally finished him. So I'm so excited about that. He turned out so cute. He stitched on 16 count pistachio Aida cloth from Fiber on a Whim. I used all of the called for threads with the exception of Ribbon Red, Classic Colorworks Ribbon Red, which is what I did his cap with. Okay, and you'll notice that I elected not to stitch the words. I just wanted a gray and white beard, and that's what I've got here. So for finishing on this guy, my thought is to use an oval embroidery hoop backed with some pretty Christmas fabric. You know what? I actually have this fabric here. I have what it takes to make this whole pillow. But and originally I thought that was going to be a good idea. But now that he's finished, I think that I would rather put him in a small embroidery hoop, decorate the top with some ribbons and faux holly and holly berries, and put some really pretty Christmas fabric on the back of that, so that I can put him on the wall if I like, or put him in my tier tray area. Anyway, that's a finish, and I'm very excited about that. So that is Mery Beard Season from Lindy Stitches. Okay, next up is another project that I've been working on for far too long. And that is an Autumn Wish from Cherry Hill Stitchery. Now, my stall on this one was the pumpkin. The whole reason I purchased the chart was because I loved the giant white pumpkin there, and I wanted to recreate that. But once I started to stitch the pumpkin, I did not like the pumpkin, and mostly because we all know that white thread can be a beast. So I originally started with the called for, which was whitewash, Weeks Dye Works whitewash. I ended up ripping that out and replacing it with sulky. Because I could use a single strand of thread, which worked out nicely as far as the stitches go, but I'm not feeling that it's giving me the impact that I wanted, I guess is the word I'm looking for. The other white stitches throughout is Weeks whitewash. Because the stitches are just a few, it's not, they don't look as bad. When you have a clump of white stitches, a cluster of white stitches, you got to be very careful. And I just didn't care for the way that those X's were lining up there. But I do like the stitch. I think it's a pretty piece. I like the piece, the stitching of the whole thing overall. I'm just not too sure about that pumpkin. But life goes on. I am planning to finish this one very similarly to the way it's represented here. I like the idea of a flat finish. I will like to get something dark to accent it, to kind of really play up these colors here. Now, I've used all of the called for threads with just the exception of changing out that whitewash and using the sulky white instead. I do really like the way the variegation on this green is showing up though, and that is pepperoncini. That's a really, really pretty color. That turned out really nicely. I like that one a great deal. Okay, so that's another finish. Yay! So next thing that I stitched last month was a start, and it is Tree Medley from Shaded Stitchery. And I started this one on 16 count parchment from Zweigart. And now this one was charted for Roxy Floss Co., but I didn't have that. What I did have was DMC, and the DMC is all, the conversion is in here. So that's what I used. I pulled right from my stash because that's what I'm trying to do for 2025, and I started this one and I loved it. I really couldn't put it down. I had to tell myself, well, you got other things you need to stitch, so give it a rest. But I love all the trees. I love all the different trees in here. I like this little Charlie Brown tree. That one cracks me up. And then this cactus tree here, and those colorful dots on there. Let me bring that closer for you. They are French knots. I haven't done French knots in a while, but I don't mind them, not one bit. So I'm excited about getting to that. And I think that I'm going to make Tree Medley my Sunday stitch. I was watching another floss tuber who was talking about a Sunday stitch. I can't remember who that was. So if it was you, let me know. But I like the idea of it. Now I know that some stitchers will stitch religious themed projects on Sunday, and I think that's wonderful. I don't happen to have any of those yet, so I do have plenty of other things to stitch. So I think that one, I'm going to do that for this. Have that be my Sunday stitch and just work it every Sunday a little bit until it is completed, and then start with another Sunday stitch. I like that idea. Sundays are slow around here for me, and so I think that's going to be a good thing. Nothing too big, right? I'm not trying to tackle the world. I just want to do a little bit of stitching on Sunday, and, to get in a little bit of tree, a little bit of trim, a little bit of the frame. I think that's going to be a lot of fun. So this is Tree Medley. Did I say what this was stitched on? Yes, 16 count parchment from Zweigart, using all of the called for DMC. Look at that. So good. I really like. So this is the Partridge in the Pear tree, perhaps? Anyway, I love it. All right, next up. So, sometimes in our stitching journey, we get to a place where we're going, and that's where I am with this one. I absolutely love this pattern. It's got one of my words in it. Believe will be a word for me until my dying day. And I love the moon. I love that it is a quiet looking little village. I love everything about it, so much so that I purchased all the called for. I purchased the fabric and the thread, which is 18 count haunted, i.e. the cloth. And then the thread is a dinky dyes silk in natural. And I never stitched with silk before. I didn't mind the silk, but this is where I am. And I'm almost embarrassed to show you, but got to keep it real. And this is where I am. Don't laugh. That's what I did. That's what I stitched. Here, look at it up close. Right. So, again, I love the fabric and I love that the stitch is in white. But what I'm not enjoying is the dinky dye silk on this cloth. It's not smooth, and it's just not enjoyable for me. So what I think I'm going to do is frog this out, and I think I'm going to use Sulky. I do, because I think that Sulky would move through there a little smoother. The weave on this is really tight. This is Haunted from Picture This Plus, and again, I love it, but I'm not loving these two, how they're playing together here. I'm not 100% going to give up on it yet. I think that I'm going to finish this row off and maybe add 2 more just to see if I can get into a little rhythm with it. And if I can, great. If I cannot, out. And I will start again. And I don't even remember where this is on the chart. It's not at the top. It may be, you know what? It is, huh? It's this. Yeah, I did start at the top. Okay, well, again, I love it. I really do. And I like the way it's finished. I'm really liking the embroidery hoop finishing. I think that looks really rustic and cute. I love this. This kind of looks like an ornament, huh? Maybe I'll stitch it on 16 count. I do have 16 count Haunted in my stash. Maybe I'll try that. I want to use the dinky dye silk. I really do. But I'm just not enjoying how it feels on this fabric. All right, moving right along. My next work was a SAL. I started a SAL with Sunshine Stitchers. There's my Neighbors Yappy Dog. It's the Put a Bird On It SAL from Modern Folk Embroidery. And so EJ from Sunshine Stitchers has divided this into 12 parts, and you can find that on the Sunshine Stitchers Facebook group, and I will link the Sunshine Stitchers down below so you can check that out if you're interested. So this started the 15th of December. And I started it that day, and I did not pick it up for the rest of the month. So there's not a lot done here, but I will catch up because I'm already behind. But I'm going to catch up, y'all. I am. So this is where I am. I started in this upper quadrant here. Actually, she did it in thirds, so it's not a quadrant. So I started up here. This is this. And so I was in a quandary. I didn't know if I wanted to go across or down or follow exactly what EJ has mapped out for us. But once I realized that I was going to stitch it monochrome, I was like, it really doesn't matter. I'd like to finish this big old girl right here, and so that the rest of them are very easy, easy going. So I may do that. I may tackle that one next, but I am going to finish. Sorry, I'm moving this all over the place. I'm going to finish this motif here and then make a determination of, am I going to go here, or am I going to just count over and go ahead and tackle this big one right here. However it goes, I know I'm going to enjoy it. This is a wonderful stitch. I'm enjoying it. This is on 16 count porcelain Aida cloth, and I picked this up from Evertotes. And the floss is Classic Colorworks Colonial Rose. Now, look here. Jacob from Modern Folk Embroidery charts everything in black. So it's monochrome. That's what he does. And the good folks over at Roxy and Evertotes went ahead and did a conversion on this, and I think it's lovely. But I was going to do this, but I, at the last minute, decided that, that I would do a monochrome color, and I wanted something like a dusty rose. I know that's dating myself with that color, but I didn't want a bright pink, but I did want a pink. And so this one was the one that I chose. I love the fabric and how this looks here. Now, on camera, it looks like it is kind of an off-white, a creamy white, but in in real life, it has kind of a pinky tinge to it. So these two are loving each other. They look really nice together. Thinking about making a pillow out of this one, something that I can put on my bed, or at the foot of my bed. I have a little bench where I have pillows, and so I might do that for there. Or you never know, I might frame it. So I don't know what I'm doing yet, but I know that I'm enjoying the stitch. It's not too late to join the SAL. Again, I will put the information in the description box below so that you can check it out if you want to. Okay, so that's the Put a Bird On It SAL with Sunshine Stitchers. Got my little bird needle minder there. This came from Fat Quarter Shop. Okay, next up was also another SAL that I joined for December, and that was, this one's called Flew the Coupe SAL, and that's with Helen D. Again, I will put the information in the description box below in case you're interested. But this one, we're supposed to stitch something, a bird, not something, but a bird from Pigeon Coupe Designs. And so I chose Partridge and Pear because I had that in my stash. I picked that up at Max's Black Friday sale. And here's my stitch. I absolutely love it. That's why, oh, look at that. Look at that. And this, the bird is complete. This was so fast to do. I think this was 3 days of stitching, and I did not want to put it down. I tell you what, I could have finished this very, very easily. So when I get back to it, I need to put in this color here on the bird, so in here, and then finish, of course, the pear and the branch. So cute. So cute. Anyway, I love the his angles. It's not symmetrical, but it's very well balanced, and I just love it. The fabric is, where's my notes? 14 count off-white Aida cloth from Cosmo, and I picked that up at 123 Stitch. I needed an off-white and had this in my stash. Yeah, it's 14 count. Now Max over at Pigeon Coupe, a lot of his designs are done on 14 count Aida cloth. This particular one, he called for fiddler's cloth, and that's what I originally started my stitch on, fiddler's cloth. But I didn't like it. It was a little bit too stiff for me, and I thought that this particular design deserves something a little less rustic, because in my world, fiddler's cloth is good for fall type items, and if I did something farm themed, like some chickens or something like that, something with pumpkins in it or crows, in my world, that's what fiddler's cloth is for. But when I was trying to be a team player and went ahead and started this bird on the fiddlers, and I just didn't think it fit for me. So I used this one, and I like it using all of the called for floss, which is DMC, right? Let me check my notes. Yep, all DMC. And all of this I had in my stash already. And that's what I'm trying to do here for 2025 is stitch from stash. So that is my stitching for the month of December. And I will be right back. Okay, well, we have come to the end of our time together for this episode number 10 in January 2025. Time is just moving right along, isn't it? The saying is that time waits for no one. And so I really appreciate you taking time out of your day to spend time with me talking about stitching and tea. I hope that you had fun and got inspired, found something of value here, and I invite you to subscribe to the birds. That one's really pretty. From what I can see, it's a little yellow on him. Anyway, I invite you to subscribe to the channel. Click the notification bell so that you know the next time I upload a video. I upload once a month. That seems to be working out really well for me, and I'm going to stick to that schedule for now. Click like on the video. Leave me a comment too. And while you're there, don't forget 1 or 2 so that your name can be entered into the drawing for the giveaway. Don't mention giveaway, free, prize, anything like that, because we don't want to be bombarded by trolls, because that's very unfun. Celebrate Lewis Carroll this month if you're a fan, okay? And maybe read a little bit from the book, because I know that's what I'm going to do, because I'm just a nerd like that. But anyway, I'm not going to hold you for too much longer. Take care of yourself. I hope you are well, your families are well and healthy and safe. And I look forward to spending time with you in February. And until then, stitch up a storm. No, I'm going to change those words. I hope you get a lot of stitching in, a lot of good quality stitching time. You have to be careful with words. So I hope you get in a lot of good stitching. And I hope that you are experiencing a peaceful and calm winter. I know I like January to be calm. After all of the noise from, the burr months, I want a little calm in January. So I try not to get my feathers too ruffled, make my schedule too busy. So, okay, I'm done. That being said, thank you again. I'm going to go. You go and do what you got to do, because I'm going to go do what I got to do. I will see you next month. I look forward to seeing you next month. Okay. Take care of yourselves, and bye for now. Goodbye, friends. We'll see you next month. Okay.